Okay, let me try that again with a full battery. So, do you mind? I'm trying to film. Let's see if I can. Yeah. There's some more varieties of corn here. So we've got. Hey, you know the deal. Good morning everyone, it's Danny here from the Young Family Homestead. We're going to plant some seeds today. We've got a heap of seeds that we're going to try and plant out over here in the greenhouses. These are only just cheap greenhouses from Bunnings, I think they were. Yeah, they do the job great. We just ratchet them to this table here. Again, we bought that from Bunnings. And it just keeps it up off the ground so any mice can't get in there and eat the seeds out before they get a chance to grow. But first we've got to do the chores and that, so we'll get into doing the chores, and once we've done them we'll get into planting the seeds and talking about that. Right. Just wanted to talk about what scraps you can feed your chickens. We feed our chickens pretty much any scraps that we have. Today, in this little box here, we've got, what have we got in there? Got some strawberries, tomato, apples, but I hear that you're not supposed to feed your chickens avocado or potato peels or any of that sort of stuff. We feed our chickens that stuff, and they're really healthy, so there's nothing wrong with them. They don't get sick. We can still get a normal egg production. I think you can feed your chickens anything in moderation. It's always been okay for us, so come on then. Come on, come through. Alright, snooze loose, guys. We'll keep that shut for the dog. Alright, I'm just going to unclick this fence. I can't do it with one hand. Chickens are fed. So, cleaning out the pool. I was going to move the chickens today, but I forgot to put them up last night. But that's alright. Can always move them tomorrow. They've still got plenty of grass here. Oh. Look out. Look out, guys. Look out. Look out. Out of the way. Alright, that's the one. What's going on there, little girl? Oh yeah. It's always a thing. Stay in there. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it's smoky this morning. What's going on, gremlins? Oh. Hey Barry, what's going on, man? Hey, you want to be on film? You're the star today. Oh, guys, come on. As I was saying before, in the last video, I think, we've got tons of seeds here. We're not going to go through any brands or anything like that, but what we will do is go through the varieties that we're planting out. I'm not going to plant out everything today because this weekend we're having a family barbecue and we've got some little hands that will want to come up, I reckon, and give us a hand planting out some seeds. One thing that we still do have, I think we must have got given these seeds from ages ago, but I'm going to see if I can check that out. All different kinds. These are the ones that you got from Woolworths at one point. Hopefully one of them will take, and in here you get a little block. So you can buy these similar sort of things from Bunnings as well. Obviously they're a little different, but they're the same sort of concept, where you put this little block here in water and it breaks up and swells up and becomes basically a soil block. Yeah, we've got heaps of these, and I'm going to leave these guys till our little hands come to help us. We've got some corn seeds. Yeah, what we'll end up doing with corn, we will plant a few out in here, but for the majority we'll just plant these straight out into the veggie garden that we plan on rototilling in the coming weeks. And I also want to play a game. Can you identify these seeds? That's how many we've got of them. And I want to see if anybody knows what kind of seeds they are. If you know what kind of seeds they are, put a comment in the section below, and yeah, we'll announce what they were in the next video. There's some more varieties of corn here. This corn here is a gold queen corn. So usually we don't grow this variety. We usually grow the sweet corn variety. So we've got lettuce. It's a Yatesdale. That's basically a big head of lettuce, like an iceberg lettuce is what it looks like it's going to come out to be. So see if we can. Yeah. Onions, white Spanish onions. So got these ones here, and we've got a heap more onions. These are just look like a brown onion. They're chilies. I'm not a fan of chilies at all, but we got given these seeds, so I'm going to see if we can grow them. And if we can grow them, I don't know, maybe I can pull a prank on my brother or something. And my favourite, tomatoes. Any kind of tomatoes are my favourite. We make a tomato relish here, a tomato relish that I remember my nana making and my mum making as well. And it's such a big thing too. Like if we make relish, my dad loves relish, and we give it as gifts when we make it. So it's just a nice thing to do. Also, I've never tried growing this before, but we've got cabbage. When we're planting our seeds out, this is the planting base that we plant into. You can plant anything in here. So if you've got seeds, you can plant them in here. If you've got cuttings, you can plant them in here. If we wanted to take cuttings from our blueberries and propagate blueberries, we could do that. I think it's pretty expensive stuff. I think it's about $16 or $11 a bag, I think, from Bunnings. You can do this without spending the money on this sort of stuff. It's just trying to increase the chances of seeds becoming little plants. So let's get on with the seeds. What we do with this is simply fill these seed trays up. You are going to spill some, but that's the beauty of doing it on a table like this. I don't know about anyone else, but something just feels right about planting seeds and playing with soil and getting your hands dirty, getting them in the soil. Just makes it, you're that much closer to your food and where it comes from, and that's a big part of why we do this, so we know where our food comes from. So now I've pretty much got that filled, right? I haven't pressed it down or anything, or I've just sort of tried to make it as level as I could. The best thing to do now is to compress this. You get another seed tray on top and just push down. Not too hard, just pushing down firmly, and you're left with that all compressed nicely. Actually, we'll start with my favorite, the tomatoes. Spacing between plants in a row is 80 centimeters, so that's, in my opinion, that's pretty big spacing. I think I'd probably go closer to maybe 60 centimeters. I'm just going to cut that. What I do is I don't plant just one seed per tray, per block. I'll probably plant a pinch, right? So you can just go one or two. The idea of planting a couple more in each tray, I'd rather pinch a few out if I have to, rather than have one in each block and then have a unfertile soil block and nothing happen from it, and then the soil just goes to waste. Now what I'll do is just sprinkle a little bit of this over the top and just gently tap them down, just because all I'm trying to do is just cover the seeds, only just. I don't want them buried too deep because it just makes them that much harder makes it that much harder for them to shoot up through the soil block. I'm going to plant this whole tray out in tomatoes. I'm going to leave a bunch of these seeds for when some more little helpers are here, and I'm going to see if I can film it for you guys, and if I can, I'll post it in the next video. Okay, lastly, we'll just push this down again, just a little. There we are, done. And that's ready to go in the greenhouse. Another improvement that we sort of made over the years, so we originally started just planting into these things in greenhouses, but as you can see they're super flimsy, and once you get soil in them it's very uneven. You sort of don't want the soil in the blocks to move around too much. These trays here, these are quite rigid, so keeping these trays like that stops them from being able to bounce around and what have you, so it just helps with them, you know, being able to stay nice and level. Gonna plant corn. And because we've got so much of it here, what we're going to try and do this year is there's the corn there. So because we've got so much of it this year, and it's not such a problem, what we're going to do is plant some out prior and then plant some direct, sow some into the paddock once we've got the ground rototilled. So what we'll do is we'll just fill this soil block up real quick. A good thing to do too, if you don't use all the soil out of the bag, make sure you keep it out of the sun. Then I'm just going to grab these corn seeds and just pop, all I'll do is pop 2 in each one, and once they're in there, I'll just see if I can, so once they're in there like that, all I'm going to do is push them down. Yeah, what we're trying to do here is create somewhat of a community and a chat forum for people that are doing similar to us. It'd be great to meet people and maybe even have a chat and do a vlog with somebody, or like you know, go out to their farm and see what they've got going on. And you know, we've got a relatively very small farm at the moment, and you know, we plan on growing it to having cows, having sheep and what have you, but it's very small steps. The more livestock you have, I guess the more responsibility you have, the more time you have to be at your farm. You can't go away, and you can, but it's a struggle to have holidays, and we're doing this because this is the way of life that we want to live. It's not for everyone, but we're trying to promote it to people that might be thinking about it, and show them what can be achieved. We haven't got a farming background. We don't really have any homesteading background. It's just that way of life really speaks to us, and we want to learn. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for today. If you've liked the content, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you like the content and you want to keep on seeing us, and be sure to share it with your friends too. It supports our channel. Yeah, again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.